is the Half Moon Betta Aquarium. So it is only 1.1 gallons, which is not that much. In my opinion, betta fish need 2.5 gallons since that's just the bare minimum. 5 gallons is a good size for them. This tank would be great for if you want to have a snail tank, like a mystery snail tank or other snail. It would also be great for small fish, like really small fish. Like, I don't know. You could probably put it's pretty small, but you could put shrimp if you want, like a shrimp breeding tank or snails in there just fine, without any problems. I just wouldn't recommend putting a betta in it. You can also kind of tell how big an aquarium is, even if it doesn't really say, just by the price. If it's less than like $30, you know that it's probably going to be pretty small. There are some exceptions, but that's just the general rule, kind of. So let's get on to the next aquarium. It is actually good for a betta fish. It is not good for three swordtails as it shows in the picture, but it is it's called Aqueon Mini Bow Aquarium Starter Kits with LED lighting. I always say LED for some reason. I'm horrible. So there's a 1 gallon, which really it would be best for shrimp, small fish, maybe, and snails. 2.5 gallons, which you can keep a betta in. And this was a 2.5 gallon for 2 bettas, but I wouldn't recommend keeping 2 bettas in it. That's kind of pushing it. Like, I don't know. It's just not the nicest thing to do. And then they come with a 5 gallon too, so the 2.5 gallon is $44 as of right now. I don't know. The prices change a lot. And then the 5 gallon is wait, what? It's telling me that it's $41 apparently, the 5 gallon. That's what it says on Amazon. So actually costs like less money to buy the 5 gallon, but they do look good. They're just not good for the the betta one that's supposed to be for betta fish just doesn't look good for betta fish since it shows separating like separating thing. I can't speak today. It just shows that, and really it'd be good for one betta fish. So if you want to just take that separating little disc thing out, then you could keep one betta in it. It's pretty inexpensive, especially since it comes with a lid. It's really cute, and it would be nice to have. So I'm not going to say what company this is, or because I see every company do it. And really, I would just not recommend using any of them because betta fish are insectivores. They eat insects. If you're going to feed your betta fish, you can give it betta fish pellets or brine shrimp, which are an insect. They do not eat the plant matter or whatever it says. It says they'll eat the roots or something like that. I don't know. Like, it's not just this company. And really, it could be good for shrimp if you want to put them in there. You still have to feed them, though. Not saying that you don't have to feed them. But it would be good for shrimp, maybe a snail if you want to put it in there. But just not betta fish. All these tanks can pretty much be used for snails, shrimp, if you want to put in, like, maybe tiny fish, like, I don't know an example of tiny fish. Just, like, if you want to have, like, fairy shrimp or something, then you can put them in there. But I just wouldn't recommend betta fish. Look, it's tiny, like, And then there's a 1.4 gallon, which is a little bit bigger, but still not good for betta fish. Um, it can be used for other stuff though. All of these tanks can be used and they are pretty inexpensive. So if you do want a tank for snails and stuff, they would be great for that. So yeah, on to the next fish tank. This is a wall aquarium or something. You can see that it looks tiny. Um in this picture they have a little plant in there which would look really cute, but oh, goldfish. People put goldfish in the smallest tanks, and if you really do want to get goldfish, check out Solid Gold Aquatics. She's really good with that. Goldfish just need quite big tanks since they are big fish. And so in this picture they have a guppy in it, and the guppy looks pretty small compared to it, so I'm pretty sure you could keep like 2 guppies if you wanted to in there. But I wouldn't put a betta fish in it. Also, I feel like this would fall. Just part of me thinks that it would just like fall and kill all your fish. And I don't think fish would appreciate it if it fell. Oh, that's a 0.5 gallon, so this would be good for snails and shrimp. That would actually be a really pretty shrimp tank, like for if you want to put little ghost shrimp or something, or cherry shrimp, that would be really cute. And then there's a 1 gallon, which is a little bigger, of course, just the same thing but bigger. Also would be a cute shrimp tank, and really nice as a shrimp tank, just not as a betta fish tank. I see tanks like this all the time. It is tiny. It could not have a betta fish in it. If you look at just the picture, and if this picture is wrong, I'd be very confused. That'd be very confusing for me. But look, it's just like I see shrimp in there, which would be very cute shrimp tank. I think that would be a very nice shrimp tank, but not a betta tank once again. It'd also be an awesome mystery snail tank or any type of snail because you can't really they have like no chance of getting out. Also be good because if you have a cat, they can't stick their paws in it like my cat likes to do with my aquarium. This is another betta tank that's just for, like it says, it's for bettas, but it would not be big enough for betta fish. It would be wonderful for a lot of other fish, but, well, not other fish, but, shrimp or snails. I actually really think snail tanks are cool. Those are, if someone wants to be new, if someone's new to fish owning or aquarium keeping and they want a nice, like, easy to care for animal that isn't really a fish so they can keep it somewhere small. Snails are awesome. Shrimp are awesome. If they die, usually it's like, really with shrimp, usually it's just their lifespan since they don't live very long. But it's just not a good betta tank once again. This is a betta tank and it says it's 1 gallon, but I don't know if it's 1 gallon per each compartment. They didn't really say that. It looks a little bigger than a gallon, but it might be really thin for all I know. 1 gallon is really small for a betta. Wouldn't recommend keeping one in there. It can survive, but it won't thrive. And if you want an animal just to survive or to look nice, then buy a picture. It's way easier. You don't have to feed it. Doesn't cost as much. It's just nicer. This is my microphone just shook. So this is it would be great for shrimp. It would probably look really nice with shrimp in it. But just not for betta fish again. This tank is almost a gallon. It's 0.75 gallons, which is tiny. Like, I see a lot of fish owners keep their fish in really not good conditions, and it makes me mad because it's just so easy to keep them in good conditions. Like, This would be a really nice shrimp tank. It actually has a really nice design. It's pretty inexpensive and it has a really nice shrimp tank. Like it would just be such a nice shrimp tank, or if you put a lid on it, a snail tank. If you are going to make any of these snail tanks, remember to add a lid if it doesn't already have one. But it's just they brand it for betta fish, and maybe they don't know. Like I'm not blaming whoever sells this. They might not know because it just spreads like wildfire fires that betta fish can be kept in swamp water with 0 gallons of water and 1 drop of water. Because I'm sure they can survive a little, but they won't thrive. And why would you have a pet and not want it to be happy and thriving? So, I'm not trying to blame any of these sellers, by the way. I'm sure a lot of them just don't know that it's bad for betta fish. But, really, if you are going to get a betta tank, make sure that it's big enough for them. If it's not, you can always use it for other things like shrimp and snails, or some smaller fish could fit in it that aren't bettas if it's big enough for them. But just you have to have a watchful eye. Remember to always, like, I'm not trying to bash any of these people. I'm sure the tanks are wonderful, and I've not owned any of these tanks. And I don't own a betta fish, but I do have a lot of knowledge on them and I like to share it. And yeah, so this is Mesa Fox signing off and saying goodbye.